and welcome back to another episode of Try Attack Talk.
Good work.
Well done. Take two. Hello, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of Try Attack Talks. We are on episode 2. It's been about a month since we've done the last one, so finally all back together again.
No. Yeah.
Just going to discuss sort of the things that we've been doing. Same sort of format as last time. We're going to go through games we've been playing. We're going to go through upcoming releases. We don't really have a special sort of segment this time like we did with Ultra Sun and Moon because we're sort of excited for quite a few games, so we're going to go more in depth on that. And then we're going to finally have random question, which we will reveal later on. So yeah, stick around for that. If you want to tab out, feel free. We're just going to have some Fortnite on the screen to see how good/bad I am at it. As it's like the most popular game in the world at the moment. So we'll start off with what games have we been playing. So I'll start with Max first.
I've been playing quite a lot of the new Call of Duty, World War 2. It's kind of everything Battlefield 1 should have been.
Yeah.
Battlefield fans won't be too happy with that.
Well, Battlefield 1 was great, but it was a lot going on at once, and it didn't really have much in the progression line.
Well, Call of Duty just seems to have...
It's good that you've got a lot more weapon sway. You've got your old-fashioned weapons that we all liked from like Black Ops 1 era, and way back in the old Modern Warfare 2 era.
Yeah. But...
And I'm liking it so far. The zombies mode isn't overcomplicated like some of them have been. I kind of like the old hub in the online where you've got your missions area and your rifle range. You can try out stuff that you set up.
Because we've been playing a little bit of it for an upcoming series, hard mode and Gamer versus Gamer, so watch out for them.
Yeah.
And we quite enjoyed it. Like it seemed like for a Call of Duty game, it actually seemed a little bit different. Like it was sort of more. Not a Call of Duty isn't gritty anyway. It's quite a gritty game to start with, but it just felt somewhat more. If you know what I mean, like there was more about it. It just seemed like there was a lot more going on, and like they seem to have got the aiming's very, very good. Like I found. Although I haven't played a Call of Duty game for quite a long time. The last one I played was Infinite Warfare. Was that the...
I think that was the previous one.
Was that the previous one?
I think it was.
Don't ask me.
Black Ops 3 was the most recent one. I haven't played Black Ops 3, but I got Infinite Warfare for like a week and traded it back in because I got well past the trend.
Truth, I bought Infinite Warfare for Modern Warfare Remastered.
Yeah, but yeah, it's But no, it did seem really, really good and really enjoyable. But what do you think to the what do you think makes the HUD sort of different in this one? Then I know obviously there's the whole sort of camp aesthetics.
Yeah, I like the whole camp aesthetic. I like the whole World War II vibe. One thing I really liked is the fact that they made it snow when it got to winter.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't snowing previously, and then they were like, "Well, it's cold outside. Let's make it snow." Yeah, I quite like that. You get like random chest drops depending on how good you perform, and you've got the different classes that you can pick. Some make you run faster, some make you more steady. I think some give you an extra attachment.
Yeah. So out of all the classes, what have you enjoyed the most?
I quite like
at the moment.
I quite like the bog standard infantry, or playing online. I like the Canadian mountain guys because they're really
the Mounties.
It's like it's the mountain. It's something mountain rangers, something like that.
Yeah.
Because I play as kind of a mid-range sniper, not the guy that stands way back and snipes everything. I kind of run around with an ACOG sniper and just see what I can pull off.
Yeah.
It's very gone back to basics, this one, hasn't it?
Yeah.
The whole World War II era. No, none of this sci-fi, high-tech stuff.
I think
have some guns.
I think it needed that because as fun as the jumping up, running along walls was, it felt more like
a gimmick.
Yeah, and like you've got games such as I'm trying to think of one off the top of my head now, like. To an extent, Star Wars is kind of sci-fi. You've got the jetpacks, you've got all that sort of stuff, and then maybe like Overwatch. That's sort of more ability driven sort of sci-fi things. I don't really think that Call of Duty needed it. They were trying to branch out into something. Obviously gear is going to evolve, and they did it in the right way. They kind of explained it. If you ever played the campaign, they explained it a little bit and kind of gave you some sort of like backstory into why these were things, but yeah, it just seemed a little bit sort of forced. It was like, yep, here's your jump pad, go on. But I think actually going back to basics is a lot.
Back to basics was a good idea, good call, and how they've done it as well is
they seem to have done it really well.
Very well, yeah.
Like we've not played. Me and you've played a very little amount. Me and Simon. And,
there's a lot they can do as well, because obviously the World War II went on for quite a while.
Yeah.
DLC wise, they could do like Berlin Wall, things like that, and
a lot of stuff. Well, I mean, the Berlin Wall was quite late. It was 80s, I think. So, but I might be wrong with the year on that. But 1980.
There's loads they can do with it.
But there's definitely a lot. Like you've got Flanders, not Flanders Field. Sorry. Obviously they've done D-Day. They've got all the things before D-Day. Pearl Harbor.
There's a lot of fighting around Indonesia after Pearl Harbor.
Yeah. Hiroshima. I don't know how far the campaign goes or anything.
I'll have to get through that.
But yeah, it did seem like a very, like, they've done it with quite with a sense of sort of decency about it as well. Like obviously I can't say too much because we only played the first level.
Yeah.
But that didn't seem like. It wasn't just people calling each other bastards. There was a little bit of banter, and then there was a little bit of drama. Not going to spoil it for anyone that's played it, but it seemed like they've sort of had. It's quite a touchy subject. Like there's still because it's obviously happened. Infinite Warfare and all that. It's way in the future. It's not happened. It's complete fiction. Fiction based on real life, but it's not happened. Whereas this is historic, so they do, and it's still quite a touchy subject for everyone. So they do have to still be sort of cautious, and I think they've done it. They have been cautious enough, but they've still given that realism that Call of Duty sort of needed, which is quite good. So yeah, I was enjoying it when we were playing. It was a good Call of Duty game. But, yeah, so. Move on to myself next, give you a little bit more time to think. So, most recently, I have been playing quite a lot of Fortnite and quite a lot of Dark Souls 2. I've gone back to Dark Souls 2. So, I'll talk about Fortnite predominantly because that's sort of the new big thing at the moment. Like, you have played a little bit. You weren't so keen.
I didn't see the hype. I get why it could be big, but it's such a small part of what the game could be at the minute.
Yeah, it's well at the moment it's still in the free beta. You can pay to buy the full game eventually, which is like it's going to be a sort of building forts, fending off monsters / zombies and whatever. But yeah, it just seems to be quite.
Okay, I'm glad you said that because I also thought it looked a bit lackluster for the hype.
Yeah, The game itself, I'm really enjoying. Like, the fact that you just get... The whole concept, it's basically a more cartoonish version of PUBG. I've never played PUBG, like PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, because, one, I don't have a PC that's good enough to run it, and two, it's coming out on Xbox, but they've already kind of said, yeah, it's going to be quite buggy. So, they've not really shown any of the actual gameplay. They've shown... Like there's this group I watch on YouTube outside Xbox that were actually playing it on PC when they went for the Xbox One launch, which never really bodes well. So I can sort of see this really taking off if that falls flat on its arse. And it is a massive game at the minute. It's one of the most popular games at the moment, aside from PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. This as a free game, it's not even finished yet. Same with PUBG. For the capabilities it's got and the fan base has already drawn into it, it's massive. And I get it because you've not really played it. So
no, I just watched people
you've seen people play it, but I really enjoy it. I think the whole aspect of you can go around on your own. You're on your own. You're isolated. You can go in a duo. You can go in a squad. They've got a 50 versus 50 mode now, which is quite fun. You're pretty much half and half chance of winning. There's been times where I've been quite lucky. I've got down to the bottom 3 or 4. Like, you start off with 100 people, and you just whittle your way down. You know, eventually, I've had some games where I've had 7 kills. I've had some games where I get killed within as soon as I drop, just because I drop in the wrong place. Like, I think it's a really incredible game, considering the fact that it's not even finished yet. Like, it's obviously I think you need a bit more of a progression system. Like, the whole draw with PUBG is they've got crates you can drop by earning coins, and you can get sort of aesthetics things, and some things are selling for silly money online, like on Steam and whatever. Like, you can sell all sorts, and they're selling for 500 quid a pop, some of them a couple of hundred quid. But yeah, I think it's a really, I think if you play it more, I started and I was like, oh, okay, I'll get it and see what it's like. Started playing it, and actually I really got into it. Like, you sort of get angry at yourself and you're like, right, I want to do better and I want to do this, and then you start googling stuff and you start seeing what other people are doing and how they're winning, and you're like, right, okay, I'll give that a go. And then you sort of come up with your own sort of systems, and I think it's really good. Hopefully they bring out more maps. I'm not too sure I'd buy the full game, but as a free game, I've sunk quite a few hours into it already, so I'd be quite happy to sort of say it's a success in my opinion. I know you two aren't so keen.
I'm undecided at the minute.
Played it, so
at the minute I'm undecided.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like there needs more maps, more modes, survival type things.
I think if they developed that sort of side of it, it'd be really good. But just the sort of the thing is, there's games that have come out where you've done a lot less than what they've offered, and you've paid 50 quid. This at the minute is free, and every game is different. As much as yeah, you're getting shot. Like, there's still that sort of element of surprise when someone just comes up and pops you with a shotgun. You're sitting there taking aim at someone with a sniper rifle. Right, got him in my sights, and then bang, you're dead. And it's like, yeah, I should have probably looked behind me at some point. But yeah, it's really, I've really enjoyed it, and I think it's different enough from PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds to stand out. Like, it's the cartoony aesthetic, the sort of chests that are everywhere, like, and the fact that you can build in it as well. You can make your own forts, which is the main concept of the core game. Yeah, I've really enjoyed it, and I think it's definitely something to watch. And if you haven't got it, it's free. Have a go, see what it's like.
It's going to be one of those to keep an eye on when it gets bigger and it gets.
Yeah, it all depends on what else they add to it, how else where they go.
That's the only issue I think it has. If you start charging 50 quid for the full game, but I think people will start to then drop off. Like, if the 100 versus 100 isn't still an open sort of beta sort of style thing.
Right now it's like bare bones.
Yeah, it's bare bones.
More they can add on.
But it's been bare bones for 2 or 3 months. It's been out for quite a while. Like, I'm quite late to the party, but it seems to have made a lot of money, considering the fact it's not been released yet. Like, you know, people buying the coins to get the aesthetics and everything. Like, it's but yeah, I would, if they didn't add something else to it, like, I would excuse me, I would struggle to reason with myself to buy the full game. So I know what I mean. And then, so we'll sort of leave Fortnite there, because I think you might see it on the channel a little bit, not too often. Obviously you might be seeing it now if you're watching rather than just listening, but yeah, we'll just sort of leave it there and see how we feel in a month or two when it's I think it's early release next year. It's the supposed full release, so we'll have to see what that's like. But yeah, we'll have a quick talk about Dark Souls 2 as well. I've been playing that quite a lot. I bought it on Xbox One, but that's sort of been playing up. So I then bought it on PS4.
Good lad.
5 quid from Game or something, and I was like, yeah, that'll do.
It's nice to find good old games at cheap prices.
And
nostalgia.
And it's like, it's as good as I remember it. It's got that challenge, but obviously I've played through it before, so I still have it sort of not fresh in my mind, but there's sort of things I picked up along the way, and the challenge is still there. But I've sort of learned how to use my souls a little bit better. So I'm already like level 88, and I'm only just at I can't remember what it's called, Huntsman's Den or something. But yeah, I've only just got there, so I'm still quite a way off completing it. But I'm enjoying it, like really enjoying it. I remember enjoying the first one quite a lot. But this one, because I kind of know what I'm doing, I'm not dying as often, and I'm not losing. Like I think in the first run through, I lost like 50,000 souls altogether, like really early on, and I was like, oh shit. Well, there we go. So I was at a massive disadvantage. Whereas now I'm sort of going through it, and I'm still doing really well. Like I'm enjoying it a lot more, and sort of got to know the weapon system and everything. And it's just a good game. Like,
yeah, it's nice to go back to some of the older games every now and then. Like, I still go back to Skyrim every now and then. I still play some of the older Pokemon games.
Yeah, like I was going to buy Dark Souls 3, but I never really finished 2. So I feel like I wanted to do it for myself, like to just finish it. And I want to go into Bloodborne, because that's supposed to be a different game. It's supposed to be sort of the same sort of thing. It's from Software, but it's very different aesthetics. It's that sort of Victorian dark aesthetic, but you have guns in it as well. Like, so I'd like to give that a go and see what that's like after completing this. But the art style in it is just, even though it's an older game, and it's kind of it's not aged well. Like when you get up close to it, close to things, and you see things like close up, that it's not the best it could be, but from a whole like sort of general perspective, it's an amazing looking game. Like, considering the fact it was I think it was 2014, 15 maybe. Might even been earlier than that. It might even be 2012, but I'm not 100% certain. But considering the fact that it is a somewhat older game now, it still looks incredible, and it's such a massive game as well. Like, each area is huge, and the amount of secrets in it and everything, it's just incredible. But you might see it on the channel for a hard mode in
maybe
in recent times. But we'll have to decide what we're doing about that. Yeah. But because you two have played a Souls series game, haven't you?
I've not, no.
Have you not?
No,
I thought you played Dark Souls 3 for some reason.
No.
Yeah, alright. So I'm the only one that has.
I played a tiny bit of Bloodborne.
Bloodborne, yeah, that might be. It's very difficult, and I think if you...
That's kind of the point, though.
Yeah, if you go in, like, they literally turn around and say, right, look, you're gonna die. Yeah. Like, get used to it. You will lose, like, the old lady that gives you your sort of class at the beginning says, you'll lose your souls over and over and over and over again. Get used to it, sort of thing. And you're like, okay, if you go in with that mindset, you don't get wound up as much. Like, there's some certain points where I've sort of gone, oh, for fuck's sake, like, come on. But normally you're sort of like, yeah, I made a mistake here. That's why that didn't work. I didn't roll in this certain point, or I didn't block here, or...
I've heard it's very punishing.
Yeah, if you fuck up, you fuck up. Like,
I don't like that.
Yeah.
But I suppose I'd have to get used to that if I did commit to a playthrough.
It is. You sort of. Pardon me. You have to have that right temperament to go in and play with sort of everything, like, out to kill you. Like, if you will die, and you will die a lot, like they say. So if you go in with that mindset, right, okay, I'm gonna die, then you kind of don't get angry, and you just sort of enjoy it for the fact that, yeah, you fucked me over here, well done, sort of thing. And you sort of give it a little nod and like, but I'm gonna get you next time. And then the next time comes, you're like, okay, you did it again, I'll get you this time. And then you sort of see the whole moveset, and you're like, it's just learning patterns, but the patterns are so different. Like, each sort of character that you come up against is so different and varied. Like, some guy will just sort of lunge towards you, whereas other guys will sort of back off, and then they'll do a massive jump, and you're like, oh shit, I wasn't expecting that. I thought you were just backing off because you saw me and you were scared, but no, they were backing off to sort of gambol towards you or whatever. But no, it's definitely it's a game I couldn't... Any Souls series I would recommend. I've only really played this one, but I've seen Dark Souls 3 playthroughs, and they just look incredible and feel incredibly satisfying when you finally beat like that one boss that you've been going against for about 2 hours, 3 hours, and it's just so satisfying. But you just got to be patient and enjoy it. So I think I've spoken enough now. So, we'll move on to
what have you been playing today?
Me, I have been playing Pokemon Ultra Sun.
Yeah.
Down the main topic of our last podcast, and it is really good. But the reason it's really good is because Pokemon Regular Sun was really good.
Yeah.
And this is basically that with a bit of extras.
Yeah.
I'm going through it like, okay, yeah, I'm enjoying this, but
I've done it before. Yeah. Okay.
Until you get to sort of late game territory,
late post game, that's when
different. It changes.
Okay, to be honest, after I started playing through, I realised I don't need Regular Sun anymore, so I went and traded that in.
Yeah.
I rarely trade games in, but quite frankly, playing through this, I'm like, I don't need to have Sun.
No.
When am I ever going to play Regular Sun when I can play Ultra Sun? That was the kind of game it was. It was just an improvement of the last one.
Yeah. Because I'm the only one who's done the Elite Four, aren't I?
Yeah, I need to pick it back up.
Yeah. Have we sort of stuck with the similar teams that we were talking about?
Exactly the team I was talking about in the
Yeah.
last podcast.
Have you sort of stuck with
I've been
it?
struggling to make mine because in some areas it's difficult, but I've stuck to the same theme if I can.
I stuck to the team to start with, but then I very quickly sort of veered off into different Pokemon. Like I got a Mudsdale, and I was like, okay, well this is staying. I realised how good Mudsdale was. I got the Palisand, and Sandy Gaston evolved that into Palisand. Primarina stuck with me till the end. Lycanroc I had until just before the Elite Four. I can't even remember who my other two were. Sandslash I got rid of pretty much straight away because I realised how shit he actually is. In game he's awful. Like unless you have the snow up, he is not a good Pokemon. Because 4 times weakness to fire and 4 times weakness to fighting, and it's just it doesn't deal enough damage. And I was kind of just sort of like, oh, well, that's sort of it really. So I got rid of him very quickly. I can't remember the last one that I said I was using, but I stuck with it for a while. I stuck with the ones that I had, but then Poipole, I got Poipole.
Oh yes,
and I evolved him straight away. As soon as I could, I evolved him. You have to teach him Dragon Pulse.
Oh yeah,
and then level him up, and he will evolve. So I got Naganadel, who is still in my party. He is my. I did Rainbow Rocket. I did all that. He was literally in the forefront because, oh my god, an amazing Pokemon. I cannot suggest having Naganadel as like any more than I can. Like it is fucking amazing.
I believe that I used him in our first episode of the new series.
I think you did. But yeah, he's an incredible Pokemon. New favourite, like not Charizard favourite, but he's definitely up there.
He's up there.
He's definitely up there. He's not, yeah. And I also used Necrozma quite a lot. I caught Lunala after the Elite Four, got Necrozma Ultimate Form, whatever you want to call it. I can't remember what it is.
Hashtag this isn't even my final form.
Hashtag this is my final form, and fuck me, that's a final form. Because you have to beat it initially to capture be able to capture Necrozma. You defeat Necrozma in his world where he's in Megalopolis. I was really disappointed with that. That was there was nothing to do. You literally climbed the tower and climbed back down. Yeah, that was it. I was really disappointed with that. Like they made this out. This is where the Aether Foundation live, and not Aether Foundation. Sorry, Ultra Recon Squad come from. This is the Ultra Recon Squad world.
Ooh, this is a big ass city. There's going to be Necrozma City.
Yeah,
it's like,
there's going to be some shit to do. There was buildings, and I thought, I walk up, and it was like people are looking at you incredibly terrified, and I was like, oh, okay, maybe I'll open these up after I beat Necrozma. Went back down and was like, people are inside cheering. I was like, is that it? You can go and swap what Pokemon you ride on, whether it's Lunala or Solgaleo, and I was like, yeah, great.
Not a very good city, is it? It's
No.
just nothing to do. You go in, you beat someone up, you walk out.
Yeah,
It's a regular old dungeon.
How I do gyms.
But that's what it felt like. It felt like a gym. It didn't feel like a complete different city. It didn't feel like anything. It just felt like a gym that you would just go in, beat the leader, come back down. But fuck me, it took me a long time. I struggled with that because the level jump is massive. Like, you go from doing the Dragon Totem and you're up to, like, he's level 47 or 48 or something. Then Necrozma's level 60.
Shit.
The jump is huge. Like, I was lucky because I was over leveled. I was like 54.
Yeah.
I was well over leveled. Like, but it was. I sat there and I thought, this is fucking ridiculous. Like, no one will be prepared for this at all. So
I suppose it's a come back to job, isn't it?
yeah,
You go, you get your ass kicked, and think, shit, I better go grind.
but I did, and I did that. But there's nowhere on the islands that give you enough experience to sort of level up. Everything's sort of 40 odd.
You've got to grind
Yeah.
and grind and grind.
But everything's sort of level 40-ish. Like the highest level you can beat is that. To get up to 60, that was a long time. It took me about an hour to grind.
Oh, a long
and
time.
But even then, I didn't grind up to level 60. I got fed up. I was like, felt 56 with everyone. I was like, fuck this, I'm just going for it.
I mean, you got 6 to be 1, so
Yeah.
even a few levels under, it should be fine.
But he's now got the highest base stat total in the game, and he has the aura that the Ultra Beasts get, and the Titan Pokemon get, where he has all of his stats boosted.
Oh.
So it's like, I think that's the only part of the game I didn't enjoy, because
Yeah, you're getting
it was just
there.
bullshit. And then the levels dropped straight afterwards. I beat the Elite Four straight away because I was over leveled.
Yeah, 'cause you had him.
Yeah, but I didn't use him. I just used the
No.
base Necrozma.
Yeah, well, you could have had him and just swept them within
Yeah.
5 minutes. Like, boom,
Yeah.
go away. I have this now.
Yeah.
I win.
Yeah,
That's why I don't like legendaries.
yeah.
I've
Look
never
at my
been
insta win button.
But yeah, that was the only thing I didn't like about the game. Everything else I loved. I love the Ultra Wormhole. I find that's so fun, and it gives people a chance to get an easy shiny. That
Well, I don't go for shinies.
Oh,
easier
yeah, I've
otherwise.
never really gone for shinies.
I mean, I have, but
Yeah, you have.
We know you.
yeah,
Who's sat in your old work just getting shinies, not doing any actual work.
I didn't have any work to do.
I mean,
So,
lucky
like,
you.
yeah.
I'd go to my job and have nothing to do and can play Pokemon.
Didn't get paid though.
Is it even work?
You weren't getting paid?
No,
How are you getting paid?
no. No, we got paid petrol. That was it. To Wolverhampton and back, an hour drive, 2-hour drive every day, return journey.
So they just paid for you to get there, didn't give you any work to do, and then didn't pay you.
Yep, pretty much. We had to find our own work. That's why I hated it. That's why I left. And went to work in the pub full time instead. But anyway, we digress.
Different story.
Yeah. So yeah, any sort of final words on Watch of the Moon?
Basically upgraded Sun.
Well, out of 10, what would you rate it?
I mean, it's still a good Pokemon game, so I'll give it a good 9 or 10.
Yeah.
But it was just, okay, here's the same game you just had, a few extra tweaks, and I'm like, okay, really?
Yeah.
I felt like
You couldn't have added a new map.
Yeah.
You couldn't have added, like, they did add new Pokemon, to be fair.
Yeah.
But, like, old Pokemon that you couldn't find before, not new Pokemon.
I mean,
You could have easily transported them in.
but it's very rare that Pokemon games will turn around and say, here, have 6 new Pokemon. Like, they have done that this time around. Like, in...
Oh, yeah, there was a couple of new Pokemon there.
Yeah, in-
Poipole.
Poipole,
What am I saying?
Naganadel,
Necros. Oh, no.
But those were all new legendaries. I want a new, like, regular Pokemon.
They're Ultra Beasts, not
I
really
mean, it's Ultra
legendaries.
Beast. It's not...
Ugh,
I mean, it's
legendaries.
I consider it legendary, like, but the base stats now say otherwise. Apparently, they're not. But
So, basically, my opinion on Sun and Moon is, yeah, it's great. You gave me a good Ultra Sun and Moon game, but
We already
I
had
wanted. We already had that. You're right.
Yeah.
I wanted more. I wanted this to be a sequel or an expansion, not just a same thing,
Rehash.
few tweaks.
yeah,
It was just a rehash.
yeah. So 9 out of 10, I think.
Yeah.
I would agree. The main reason why it's a 9 out of 10 for me is
It's more
it's
insane,
a rehash, but it's not Necrozma. I think the level, if they'd have dropped it to level 50, done the same thing, people wouldn't have struggled so much, because everyone I spoke to struggled with Necrozma, and people wouldn't have, and then it would
Elite
have.
4 wouldn't have been really easy.
The Elite Four was an absolute piece of piss. I don't even think I think I used maybe 6 full restores because I was just like, well, I'm just gonna set up and sweep with my Lycanroc because I had, not Sword Stance, I had Hone Claw, I think, on it.
Yeah,
Or
that's
something. So I just set up and sweep. But yeah, it's still an incredible Pokemon game. Like,
Yeah.
in terms of if you just played it blank, which I tried to do, I just played it as something else. Mantine Ride though.
Oh, that's good.
yes.
Mantine Ride lived up to
Yes.
everything that I ever wanted.
That was
so,
spectacular.
that was amazing. I was incredibly happy with that.
Yeah, it
I was
was so
really
good.
happy.
Anyone else find it a bit difficult to start at first?
No, I
I found it, I was like, okay, how do I do this kind of thing?
the only real issue I had was on my 3DS. The joystick cover kept slipping off. So that was the problem I had. So I then took it off, threw it away, and just played it as normal. But yeah, that's the only issue I really had with it. But I loved it. It's such a good mini game, and I think they've done the mini games really well. Like the wormhole ride is really fun. That's really fun, and you get things for it as well. It's not just
Yeah,
like
you can get good moves.
yeah, and the stickers lived up to everything I wanted because you actually got a good Pokemon at the end.
Yeah.
Like I used Salazzle. Salazzle was the other one that I was using, and that stayed in my team until I got Poipole.
Good poison.
That was there. I think that was even there for the Elite Four. Even I think that was there throughout the whole of the Elite Four as well. So which is just I was just like done. But yeah.
So what games are we looking forward to playing?
Yeah, we'll move on to that.
Moving on slightly.
So we'll start off, I think, with a game that me and you have actually played now.
Oh yeah, we did.
Beta version.
Briefly.
Monster Hunter Worlds.
Worlds, yeah.
I think all three of us are looking forward to that the most.
Yeah.
I missed the beta.
Yeah.
You did. Not that he could play it.
I don't have a console, and we were gonna record it, weren't we?
Yeah.
But then we
Right.
got there as the beta's done.
We got there, the beta was done.
I was expecting it to be up for at least like 2 weeks. It was up for like 4 or 5 days.
They normally do betas for just a weekend, don't they? And I mean, I was expecting it, but then I saw this will be playable until you will be able to log into this for the full release. And I didn't see the other bit that said it's only until the 12th or whatever it was. And I was like, shit, okay. But I mean, from what I played, I only played the beginner one. It's a Monster Hunter game.
It is, yeah. It's
But-
just more of, or better and more of what we've seen.
It's at another level. I think it needed to go to a console like the PS4
This is a
or the
pivotal move for
PC,
them.
and it's so fun. Like I only managed to play one game because I had a load of work to do for university, but it was so good. Like I went in expecting nothing really. I didn't expect a lot at all. I expected to sort of go in. It'll be the same sort of thing. I've seen things before, and we've seen how good it looks. But I was like, is it actually going to be like this? The
Yeah.
whole thing. It is actually like that. There's environment traps. There's, the gameplay just flows so well. The combos. I was picking up combos straight away.
I like that the
And-
monsters can fight each other.
Yeah,
now.
that was something the other games
like
missed.
that.
Yeah.
Because, like, look, you get 2 giant monsters in the same room, they're not going to be bros.
No.
They're going to try and kill each other.
And if-
It did it to a very lesser extent, didn't it? They sort
Yeah.
of saw each other fucked off. Like they wouldn't. You would
Well,
not.
in my experience, they ganged up on me.
Well, yeah, they
Yeah,
would
really
normally,
run
but occasionally you would see, like, for example, with the big fucking mammoth thing in the ice caps, the rabbit would just fuck off.
Yeah.
Like he would just go.
Nope.
Like, but yeah, right. I think it's really good that they've sort of implemented that. Like, it's really. I can just see it being game of the year.
I can see a lot of people trying to set up like monster versus monsters and then kind of hiding and watching to see how.
Like an actual tactic of luring one monster in to finish
Yeah.
on another one.
Yeah. And I can just see how people could use that to weaken 1 or 2 of them
Yeah.
and then go in for the kill kind of thing. But it's gonna be big, and I think that I hope anyway that it's gonna be really successful.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna get it regardless of if it is or isn't, just because I want to experience
I'll be
it.
buying it. Yeah.
The previous game on 3DS, I logged a lot of hours on trying to get a certain piece of armour. Then I got it, and I was like, that took a long time.
Yeah. Well,
Do I go for another set of armor, or have I played this game now?
Well, we spoke about this last time. We hope that the drops are more frequent.
Oh yeah.
From what I can tell, they aren't. That's the only downside I would say that they should really do.
Monster Hunter is a grinding game.
It's not kind, is it?
No.
Either you get ready to grind or don't play it.
Yeah, but like I said, I think that if I know you're supposed to break certain things and then you get different items, and that's the point of it. But I hope that it doesn't hinder them too much. People will buy it, trade it back in.
Yeah, I don't want players to rage quit because they had to kill a monster a few too many times.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind doing it. I'm quite happy grinding.
Yeah, the dedicated fan base will keep on grinding, but
because it is still, every time you battle a monster, it's different. It's like there's enough going on that it's different enough to sort of enjoy every single fight.
Especially in this new version, like the bigger open worlds and like more hazards, monsters fighting each other.
Which
that'll make it a lot more entertaining to fight the same monsters over and over again.
And the main thing that I have to say, it looked incredible.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like you could see the amount of detail they've put into it.
Yeah.
Like the world itself is just phenomenal. Obviously, I only went to the one map. I don't know what the rest of them are going to be like. I'm going to assume there's going to be a desert one. There's going to be an ice one. There's normally a wet marshland, a mountain, whatever.
Yeah, volcano or something.
Like we were in the sort of jungle sort of area,
Yeah.
and it just looked incredible. Like it was stunning, and the new system of finding the monsters works really, really well. Like the sort of I can't remember what they were called, but the little green flies.
Follow the flies, almost like a will-o-wisp.
Amazing! Like you you have to find certain footprints and like skid marks for the big bellied one that I fought against, and it was just phenomenal. Like I can't if it's like what the beta was the whole way through. It's going to be really good. I just hope the HUD world is
It'll probably be even better than the beta because beta was early levels.
Well, yeah.
The monsters will get bigger. The monsters will get scarier.
But if it's as good as the beta, it's well worth it in my opinion. Like so,
I want it.
I will definitely be buying that.
I will.
I think we all will. That's sort of one of the games.
And it's not long away. Not long at all.
Not long
it's
at
about
all.
a month and a couple of weeks. 6 weeks, we'll call it.
Is it February 18th?
No, it's January 23rd, I believe.
23rd of January. Oh, right, okay. So that's not long at all.
Really not long.
No. So we'll definitely all be purchasing that. I do believe.
Indeed.
We'll talk about God of War next. The new God of War games.
Yeah, they're taking a different turn, aren't they? To Norse mythology.
Going more Norse.
Or
rather
Viking
than the
style.
Greek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks again. Aesthetic of the game looks incredible. I've seen a few brief clips at like E3 and
I had a
different
go
ones
on
like
it
that.
actually, the demo of it in a game shop, and it's good. He's got this giant axe that he can kind of throw and summon back to him Mjolnir style, and he can like slam the ground. And it's a completely different style of play from his previous two chainswords,
Yeah.
or whatever you call them. And
I mean, they'd have to shake it up at this point. I mean, God of War's been the same for years.
yeah,
Well, they've only done the 3, haven't they? I didn't realise they had only
they've
done
done
3.
remastered ones and that.
But it finished
Yeah,
technically
long time ago.
nearly 10 years ago. I think it was 2008,
It was a while ago.
2009. Well, it was a long time ago anyway.
I'll probably milk this new Viking setting for a few games. Where do you
but-
think they'll go next? What other gods of war can we get?
No idea.
I can't imagine them going to China or Japan because they.
Feudal Japan.
I would love to see Samurai God of War.
But he's quite old now, innit?
Well, he's got a son, which I think
But he
is
had a son previously,
well
which was the whole
a
reason.
grown-up son. Like the son is in game with you. Like he's in the levels. You see him around.
I reckon they might follow his storyline in the next one.
I kind of get the feeling that this is the sort of. You can see he's old. You can see he's a bit more rugged.
Yeah.
I feel like this will be the end for Kratos.
The farewell Kratos game. I don't know. I'm gonna have to complete it to find that out.
Yeah, I've never played a God of War. It's always one of the games that because obviously before I had a PS4, I had an Xbox, so it's one of the games that I sort of never really got. And when the first one came out, I was too young to really play it.
Yeah, I think I played God of War 3.
Yeah, but it was. I've seen playthroughs of it, and it always looks like a great game. Like it's my sort of game, like hack and slash, just sort of spam buttons and see what happens. Yeah. I quite like the sort of combo hack and slash games. Dynasty Warriors is our sort of game. So I really enjoy those sort of games. So I feel like I will get it. Whether I will get it straight away or not, I don't know. I might wait a few months and sort of get it when it's a little bit cheaper, just because it's. It seems like one of these games that you sort of need to invest. You don't have to invest like silly amounts of hours into it. So I'll play it when I have time, rather than a game like Pokemon, where I'm big onto the like online sort of stuff. I want to invest a lot of time, quick, get to that point, and then sort of go from there.
I feel like it will be like a one playthrough trade-in, like I do with Assassin's Creed games. Like I don't really play those many times.
No.
It's kind of a story. Once you know the story, it's kind of...
You don't really want to do it again. But it depends how good the story is.
I'm never really got into games like that. The one playthrough you've done. So, give me some variety, give me some options, give me some different play styles.
Yeah.
Give me over 1,000 hours of gameplay like Skyrim.
Yeah.
And counting. 1,000 hours and counting.
And counting. Yeah, I think I must have looked a long time. I'm just going to say that. I don't know how long it's been.
I'm probably close to 200, but I don't do all that much. I stick to certain playstyles I like. Like I'm lazy. I like being sneaky. I like one hit that's gonna kill.
I like either going in all guns blazing, dual wielded weapon, or stealth bow and arrow.
Yeah, I'm the long range sneaky arrow guy, or the knife in the back guy that you've spent half an hour to sneak up to just to stab him in the back.
But anyway, we're getting off topic. Onto God of War. So, in terms of the actual gameplay, then, like me and you are sort of hack and slash guys. You're sort of more.
I'm more speed orientated, dodge, slash.
You prefer sort of gun games and sort of like that. So I think it'd be interesting for you to have that sort of perspective. But what do you sort of think on the sort of gameplay? Because obviously it seems like it's a lot more advanced of a combat system.
More different ways of going at it. Because I mean, the only thing I can compare this to similarly is what I said, like Assassin's Creed. And with that game, I kind of lured people out, took them on one by one. With this, there is that jump into the middle of it, do a huge power move everyone back, and then take them on kind of 3 or 4 at a time. And I feel like I'll probably try that, but I'll have to get used to that play style.
I kind of feel like it's going to have the similar combat style to something along the lines of Dark Souls. Like, I feel like it's going to... It's going to be sort of, right, think of what you got to do in this situation, think of which enemy you got to take out, and then the actual attacks themselves will be a lot more precise. Like, you press this button, that's what you're doing. Like, you can change sort of combos and whatever, but it will be, you can't just spam square and triangle. Like,
I'm hoping you get different amounts of weapons as well in it. I hope you don't just stick with the axe.
I think it'll be a sort of, that's what I think, it'll be that sort of Dark Souls-y, Legend of Zelda sort of equipment sort of system where you've got multiples of weapons, but they might degrade over a time, whereas your axe will be
your primary,
it'll be your bog standard, but might change every now and again. But you'll get like key weapons, like his twin blades or his axe. You might get a lance or something. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I think it'll be good. Like I said, I probably won't buy it on release, but
no, wait a month or 2.
Yeah, I'll definitely get it. Like, it seems like my sort of game. Another game we've got to talk about, upcoming release. What was one of them? Because I don't have the list, so I didn't.
It was Red Dead Redemption.
Red Dead Redemption 2. Yeah.
There we go. I have never played a Red Dead. I've obviously done GTA, and everyone says it's like sort of oldie worldy GTA.
Cowboys GTA.
I always heard it was Skyrim, but Cowboys.
Yeah. So
big free roaming open world cowboy game. Oh, if only I liked Cowboys.
Yeah, a lot of people are sort of mystified with the sort of cowboy sort of era. You know.
Oh, Clint Eastwood,
all spaghetti westerns and all that sort of stuff. It's never appealed to me. I always remember sitting down with my granddad watching. He would always have a western on, and we'd sit there. I'd watch it. I just didn't get it. I don't. I find that the cowboy aesthetic is just sort of. It's the same no matter what happens. there's a good guy, there's a bad guy, there might be someone in the middle. You can say that about everything, but there's always a shootout. There's always a disagreement that leads to a gunfight. I know there's so many side missions in it. It's like a GTA game. So I can imagine it being an incredibly good game, but it's just that aesthetic. Like, it doesn't really appeal to me.
Cowboys. Yeah, I've never liked Western movies. There was this one fun scene in a Western movie, right, where the two main guys. You got your rough cowboy Western guy, and you got your fancy pants guy. And the rough cowboy shoots his hat at the fancy guy. Fancy guy goes off. He walks slow to pick it up. Cowboy shoots it again, and again. Every time he walks up to pick it up, shoots it again. So eventually he gets out of range. Fancy guy pulls out this new advanced gun, shoots his hat like 10 times from outside the cowboy's range. Like, yeah, fuck you.
Yeah.
I was like, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
That was like a old Western buddy cop movie.
Yeah.
That was fun.
But yeah, so sort of Red Dead 2, have you played it, or...?
I've not played any demo of it. I played Red Dead 1 briefly.
I don't think there is a demo out there.
There's no demo for 2. So you played 1.
I played 1 for about an hour or 2. Very good combat system, actually.
I know it's that dead eye thing, isn't it? So it's sort of like slow down time. And
the more accurate you were, the better you were at the game. And I like learning to be accurate with it. And there was a lot of getting into situations where you are surrounded and you have to be aware of everything around you and be able to kill lots of enemies without dying yourself.
I think that in terms of enjoyment out of the game, I would probably enjoy it.
It'd be a good story.
Yeah, and it's like with GTA. I think the story would be really good. Post game probably going to be a lot of fun. Like online sort of stuff, it's normally quite good. You just stick about with your mates. But like we said, the aesthetics, it doesn't do anything for me.
We don't do cowboys.
No. So for me, this is one that's just going to fly under the radar.
And let's skip this.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't play it to begin with. I don't have a console, but
yeah, I mean,
hypothetically.
Yeah, this is sort of one that I can understand why people are hyped for it. From what I understand, they were really good games, but it just meh, not too fussed.
Something equally as hyped, Last of Us 2.
God, yeah.
Played the first one. I mean, can't say a bad word against it. It's great. Zombies, well, fungal zombies. It's great. It's just the next chapter of it.
Yeah.
I'm happy they didn't call it Last of Us 2. It's just part 2. It's the next
Yeah.
one.
It's not. It's a continuation, isn't it? It's one of the games that is on my bucket list and has been on my bucket list ever since I got a PS4. And I've just never got round to playing it.
You should. The remastered is a lot better than the original.
There's
just more, and people wanted it.
I really want to just sit down one day, buy it, because it's not a long game, is it? People have said it's only about 15 hours, maybe 20 hours.
It'll take a good 2 days to finish.
Yeah. 2-3 days. Over the course of a week, I could do it.
Oh yeah.
So I do want to do it before we sort of run out of time, if you know what I mean.
Mm.
So but yeah, it's it does seem like there's a lot of people that wanted this, and they've done.
It needed to happen.
It looks like they're going to do it well as well. Like, we haven't seen a lot. Like, every time I've seen it sort of pop up, it's been very limited sort of gameplay. It's more about the sort of cutscenes and the cinematics.
But the technology in it, with the motion capture,
it looks amazing.
It does look great. Right. And it's not computer generated. It is literally just the actors in it.
It's mapped, isn't it? Yeah, it's. But yeah, it looks really good, and it's a game that I'd like to sort of get to grips with, because the combat system, if I'm right in saying, it's more about not engaging in combat.
Yeah, it's about sparing what you have.
Yeah, rather than there's a zombie, let's kill it. It's more
throw a brick, make sure it follows the brick,
and then get round it.
Completely new concept for me. So I went through the game pretty much with a little sharp stick and killed all that I could with that little weapon and ran away quite a lot.
Yeah, because I mean, it sounds similar to Assassin's Creed, really. Like, you sort of
similar, yeah.
But
2 different ways of doing
Assassin's Creed. You can go in and just do whatever the fuck you want. Like,
pretty much.
But yeah, I think that's definitely a game to watch, and definitely a game I do want to get, and because like we said, not a lot has been announced about it, so there's not a lot we can go off at the moment. But it seems like Ellie. I know the ending of it because it's been everywhere and people have been talking about it for years. So I know how it ends, and I'm not going to spoil it. But it seems like Ellie has grown up quite a lot and is ready to whoop some ass.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you played it as her in an add-on to the original one, but don't get to play with her all that much.
yeah.
So now it's going to be good seeing it from a different narrative.
Yeah, definitely something that me and you are going to pick up, I think.
Mm.
And but I think that's about it for sort of upcoming releases, isn't it? I can't think of
upcoming releases. Yeah,
obviously there's Dynasty Warriors 9, but we spoke about that last time. We can't.
There's a cult following.
Yeah, nothing's really been announced about that either. There's been a small gameplay trailer. It's a Dynasty Warriors game.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we'll move on to our sort of main topic, which I forgot to mention in the intro. Battlefront 2.
The Battlefront boycott.
Battlefront 2 boycott.
It was hyped. It was massively hyped.
We spoke about this in the last podcast because it had just come out, I think maybe a day before, a couple of days after, and we all said we really wanted it to be good.
We did.
And then it came out.
And it was microtransactions.
Everything is microtransaction. Like,
didn't someone calculate how much money it would cost?
If you bought every single thing that was available, like all 100% content, I heard it would cost about $2,000.
Yeah. So, which now for me, I understand why loot boxes are a thing. Don't get me wrong. I hate them. I cannot stand them. But I understand it from a business point of view. People enjoy opening random shit up and getting something good. It's gambling. It's an addiction. It is. But
it shouldn't be necessary to play the game.
It shouldn't. And alright, they will argue it is not necessary because you can fight in the game. The more you play it, the more credits you earn. But from what I've seen, I don't know how true this is. Like, this is completely just from what I've seen. You would have to play about 15 matches to earn enough credits in the game to buy one standard box. Because from what I gather, there are about 5,000, 6,000 credits. And each match, if you play well, you earn more, obviously. But you're earning on average about 350, which isn't a lot. Overwatch, for example, on the other hand, alright, there's loot boxes, but you get it from leveling up.
3 games and you'll level up.
3-4 games, maybe, depending on how good you are. If you have like the game of your life, you might go up a third of a level.
Yeah.
If you have bog standard game, you'll maybe go up an eighth or something. But then you'll have games in the middle where you're doing well. It depends how you play them. Depends what you're playing. But you can level up within a couple of hours of playing it, and you can get a loot box. And alright, it's all aesthetics. You don't need it to play the game. Like, you have everything. Whereas this,
it's pay to win.
To be the best, you have to have those items. And that's when it gets to the sort of like, it pisses me off. Like,
it pissed everyone off.
For example, FIFA, you have the Ultimate Team. That's not the whole game.
No.
Like, arguably Battlefront, the whole game is majoritively online, because from what I've heard, the story mode is so small. It's about maybe 8 hours. Like, it's not a lot at all. So, which is disappointing in and of itself. Like, I wanted a Battlefront where the story mode was amazing and the online was amazing. Apparently, gameplay wise, it's an incredible game.
Oh yeah.
But this has knocked it back, and this is when it gets. This for me, it's when it gets silly. Like,
EA knew they had a good game and decided to try and shaft all their fans with it.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, you want this game? You want this amazing game? And give us fuck tons of money. Give us way too much money.
Yeah, they got greedy.
And now the gamers have just said, you know what? Fuck you, EA. No more.
Yeah.
It was boycotted apparently. Apparently, there's a lot
of people have boycotted it.
They lost huge monies, and it's like, learn your lesson.
It's already. I was saying to you in the car on the way over here. It's already gone down. It's in one of the 12 days of Christmas deals.
Really?
It's already down to 30 quid.
Wow.
And the Elite Trooper edition is 35. So after Christmas, I might buy it just because it's
might see
probably
where they go, 'cause they might reduce prices.
It's probably going to be £20. And for a game like that, all right, it's going to piss me off that I can't play it, but I can be Darth Maul for £20. Like I don't really care about being the best because shooters aren't my thing. If I can get some enjoyment out of it, I got some enjoyment out of the first one, I'll buy it. But I understand why people are boycotting it because it is ridiculous. Like to have that sort of level of, I know that you can buy that sort of it's each upgrade for each class, from what I'm aware. You can buy each upgrade individually, but the loot boxes don't give you enough credits for duplicate items.
They're random.
Completely random as well.
Completely random. So it's not like you were saying it's £2,000 to buy everything. That might be to buy the credits to then buy each individual item.
Yeah.
Might be
or
a little bit less.
Like the average amount of cost for buying random items over and over to get what you
so
you're going to get dupes and it's going to be frustrating.
Yeah.
because-
So it's they did get rid of their premium currency straight away. Like they realised about that, and literally within 5 days, I remember them getting rid of it. But they need to fix it because I think it's the problem. The problem is the damage is done.
Yeah.
And there's some people that no matter what will have gone out and bought £100 worth of these tokens or whatever,
and they'll be winning, and then the online community will just die off because no one wants to spend that much apart from the few rich kids.
It's such a shame because all people want is a good Star Wars game. That is all that people want.
All people want is Battlefront 2 with better graphics.
Yeah,
that's what I want.
That's all they wanted. An online play, better graphics.
They nailed the gameplay, do they? Just like now we're gonna add microtransactions just because we're EA and we're greedy cunts.
Yeah. Well, they do it with FIFA. Like it's the same with FIFA. Alright, FIFA is literally the whole point of Ultimate Team is you open packs, you pay to win. Like for Christmas, I remember when I was younger, we got £30 worth of FIFA coins. That's our Christmas day, opening FIFA packs. You get someone good, you sell them. You get someone bad, you then buy a different team that's better and doesn't cost as much. But so I can understand with FIFA because it's been established for years, but this they had a chance to change it slightly and they've just got greedy. With FIFA packs, you are guaranteed to get a few players. Depending on the quality of them, it doesn't matter. It pisses me off a little bit because it is pay to win, but you can play the game and you can earn enough coins to buy one of the best packs within a couple of hours maybe. You're earning 700 coins a game if you've got one of the coin boosts or whatever. But it is just silly. Like this Battlefront thing is just ridiculous, and to have a game with such a cult following, not a cult following, such a following,
massive mainstream following. This is a huge game. This was huge hype, and all this disappointment is just tragic.
It's just sad. It is genuinely upsetting. Like. Not to the extent that I'm going to go home and cry about it. But
but more that we're going to rant on YouTube about.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But yeah, so EA fucked up big, and let's hope they won't make this mistake again.
They will
keep fucking up this big. No one's going to buy their shit. I mean, that's what the boycott is. They fuck it up big. No one bought it.
Yeah. So
it's going to keep happening until EA lose so much money. Like, okay, fine, we'll stop being assholes.
They never will. I can't see it happening.
No.
The thing is, I think
they'll give up on it and be like, okay, so no one wants Star Wars games.
Yeah, I think that loot boxes are here to stay, and it's ridiculous.
I don't mind the loot box.
I don't
tone it back a bit.
Yeah, but the thing is, like with Shadow of War, that come out straight away. Loot box. Another EA game that had loot boxes that didn't need it. It doesn't need it. There is no point in adding loot boxes into a game where you can go out and find followers. The only thing that you're doing on Shadow of War, the only online concept is taking down other people's forts. If you're good enough, you will do that regardless.
Yeah.
Alright, it might be slightly difficult, but you will do it. Like, there is no sort of middle ground of, I've got this guy, he's an elite, and he does this and he does that. It doesn't matter. You might have initially it might be easier because your followers can deal more damage to their followers depending on the matchups and everything, but it doesn't matter. Like, and it just makes no sense.
That's the thing. Like, no game should need loot boxes. Loot boxes should all be little extra perks.
Yes.
It should be like, okay, I can play the game, and if I feel like spending a little bit extra money to have a little bit more fun, sure, why not?
Yeah.
But there shouldn't be, I got this game, I'm getting the ass shit kicked out of me, I can't play it as well as I want to, I have to pay extra money.
Yeah. Well, it's like with Overwatch.
Overwatch is a great example, just
Great
because it's all
example.
aesthetic.
Yeah.
No one gets more power from having a golden gun
No.
or a different skin.
They literally
just
just
look different.
And the thing with golden guns, that's how you work towards that. That you get that through comp.
Takes a good
It takes
two
a
seasons.
It takes a long time, but you earn it. Like when you get it, you earn it, and you feel a sense of accomplishment. And loot boxes, they're little fun things. Like you said, it's
you
all
get one at the end of
aesthetics.
every level anyway.
Yeah.
Which only takes about 3 games.
And which they've done it well. Like if you win 3 games in arcade for
You get
each
one.
week,
Yeah.
they're easily accessible. Whereas I think other games are going the opposite way, and they're there to benefit the game, fair play, but they're not accessible enough to benefit it in a way that makes it worth investing so much money into it. And if you want to win the game, you have to invest that money.
If you're going to have loads of microtransactions in a game, either the game itself should be free, or you shouldn't need the microtransactions to be good at it.
Yeah. Or just boost the amount of credits you give. That's literally all they need to do now. At the end of every game, make it about 800 rather than 300, 800 to 1,000. Just boost that level. People will buy the game. But they won't now because they've got their knickers in a twist, and this is what people are like. People get pissed off. They don't come back. Like that's literally all they need to do. If they hear about it, people might go, "Oh, I might get it when it's a little bit cheaper."
Yeah.
And it
might be able to
they
salvage it
might claw
somewhat.
it back, but at the minute it's not going to happen.
People are pissy.
They just need to reduce the amount it costs for a certain amount of coins, or boost the amount of coins you get with each pack. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be recovering anytime soon.
Nope.
Is fair to say. Let us know in the comments what you think. Let us know what you think about the whole Star Wars saga. Your teams for Ultras and the Moon. What you're looking forward to in the new year. Is there a game that we missed out that we can maybe talk about next month or next couple of weeks, whenever we do the next one of these? I think it's going to be next month. But yeah, if you've enjoyed, then please make sure you smash the like button down below for us. Comment, share, subscribe, tell a friend, tell your nan, tell your mum. Ring the bell icon.
Say that every episode.
Well, yeah, it's my catchphrase. And yeah, we'll see you in the next episode. Go and watch other content as well.
Stay tuned for the new content as
Yeah.
well.
Bye.
Bye.